one thing that I want to do is actually think about the concepts that we walked through, right? One thing that I said is that we were going to learn about the different types of one-on-ones, right? Do you remember the different types of one-on-ones? Can you shout them at me really loud? Connect. What are Connect one-on-ones about? What are Connect one-on-ones about? Can someone tell me? What are Connect one-on-ones about?
Figure out the self-interest and the work.
Figure out their self-interest and make an ask, right? What about the second type of one-on-one? What is the second type of one-on-one?
Check-in.
Huh?
Check-in.
What is the check-in one-on-one? What do you do?
There's 4 types.
Mhm.
Training, strategy, debrief, and report back.
Wow, can you give him a round of applause? That's great. And then what's the last type of one-on-one that exists? What is the last type? Empower?
Power.
And what is that one about?
Asking somebody to take on more responsibility.
All right. Asking someone to take more responsibility for the campaign, right? Not just like to help you, but to help the campaign or the effort. All right. What are some takeaways from today's information? What did you learn? What is something that it wasn't an aha moment or something that you were excited about learning or reflecting on? Anybody? Did we learn something today? Yeah? There's a hand here. Okay, let's go.
Be direct.
Be direct. How can you be direct?
You can state clearly what you need from people and make it obvious for them so that they can give you a yes or no, and you can figure out if they're a yes or no.
I'm so glad you say that, because to be honest, we sometimes think that being direct is like being salesy or like selling something, right? Like, to be honest, put yourself on the other side. When someone is direct, it's much easier to respond, right? So be direct for the sake of the other person, right? It's like something I always say, making the ask, it's like 3 seconds of being uncomfortable. Can you do this? The rest of the 45 minutes are great. So just get over those 3 seconds and do it well, do it right, practice, and then the rest is going to be beautiful, right? All right, we were going to go with another one. What is another takeaway? That side, next.
Just the importance of doing debriefs or postmortems, because I think a lot of times we do actions and then we just forget, we go and we move on to the next thing. We don't actually take a look and try to figure out what best practice was, what worked, what didn't. That's really just super, super critical on any of these things.
Relationship building, it's a lot about debriefing too. It's about asking the person, what do you think, what do you learn, how can we do better, right? So the relationship continues improving. We haven't heard from you. What is a takeaway from today? I'm going to ask for someone. Yes, we're going to go over there. What is your takeaway?
I think a takeaway is that one-on-ones build on skills we all have, if we're organizers or not, that it's putting that structure into place, but knowing people's interests, being friendly, and knowing how to support each other for the benefit of the campaign.
That is so beautiful. One-on-ones are about building relationships. It's about listening to each other, being genuine. And that is at the end of the day what we have to do in this work. There's so much pain in this world right now. But there's also so much hope. People want change. People want to do things. People want to improve these communities. And if we only meet and we only talk, but we don't really get to solutions, we don't really get to power, we don't really get to action, then every conversation is just a reminder of our pain. We can't just have conversations for therapy, right? One-on-ones are not about therapy. They're good reminders. They're good conversations. But they're about getting to solutions, getting to action, giving hope, starting fires. Organizers are fire starters. And every time we have a conversation with someone, it's a great privilege. If you use it as a privilege, if you use it as an opportunity to change someone's trajectory, to change this world and do it better, then you know that the one-on-one is that important. Then you take it seriously. Then you ask the right questions. Then you make the right ask. Then you do the follow-up. And you treat the person with the respect that they deserve. The last thing I'm going to say about one-on-ones and relationship building is we cannot make assumptions about anything. When we meet with someone, if we have a preconceived notion or an assumption of that person, we are taking their power away to decide. So if at the end you say, I'm not going to make an ask because that person's too busy, I'm not going to make an ask because this person seems to not want to, you are taking their power away to make a decision in their lives. You are oppressing them in a way. Assumptions are a way of disempowerment. And if we don't truly believe that, then we go around our lives deciding who has the ability to change the world and who doesn't. And that's not our job. Our job is to give everyone the opportunity to change the world and to change their communities, to be the leaders they need to be. I want to thank you today for the opportunity. I was sharing with someone earlier that when I was in Mexico and I was little, I told my mom that I was going to go to Harvard, and I'm here. So I'm really excited that I'm here with you. It's a great honor and a great privilege. We couldn't do this at a better time. We have to fight. This tension, this thing we feel around the country right now about fighting for our rights, well, it might seem too new, seem new to you, some of us. It's not new. In Arizona, we've been fighting raids. We've been fighting Arpaio for the last 20-something years. We've had laws that allow for people to be racially profiled on the streets. Speaking Spanish in the classroom is against the law. I mean, there are horrible policies that we've been living. And when the election happened, well, I couldn't stop crying and I couldn't stop feeling about this sense of powerlessness. I was reminded when a volunteer told me, welcome to Arizona, the United States. Welcome to the oppression we felt for years. We've won. We got rid of Arpaio. Pardon or no pardon, that guy is out. We overturned 1070. We've elected a new cadre of amazing leaders. We have more community organizations and power than we've ever had. We are a microcosm of what's happening to the rest of the country. We will prevail because we are on the right side of history. And each one of us has a responsibility. There's no one here to save us but ourselves. This country is going to change with individual actions from each one of us moving this country forward. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today, and have a good night.